everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm here to tell you why I should be voted school board president. This is me, Salman Khan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my education and work and my achievements. So, I graduated from high school in 1994 as valedictorian at Grace King High School, which is in Louisiana, New Orleans. I then went on to attend MIT. I got my bachelor's and master's in education, electrical engineering, computer science, and mathematics. Nothing in education. I then received my MBA from Harvard Business School, and then I got an honorary doctor of law from Harvard as well. I then went on to summer intern at Park, which is a computer technology and hardware company. And then that was in 2002. And then from 2003 to 2009, I was a hedge fund analyst at Connective Capital Management. I then published in 2012 The One World Schoolhouse. I'm now going to talk about my philosophy, which deals more with the education side rather than my achievements, which was more so in technology and mathematics. My philosophy is that learning should be student-centered. It's so important for it to be student-centered because they're the main priority. I don't know why more education is not student-centered. And I also believe that everyone is able to learn, that we all have growth mindsets. And it's so important for everyone to focus more on a growth mindset more than a fixed mindset, that you can't do something, that you can't do something. But if you can, you can. You just have to push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable, and go beyond those boundaries. And I also think it's so important that we're learning to learn in schools rather than we're just learning to test and learning just because we need to, but we need to learn, we need to be learning to learn. And that's also by teaching students how to learn, which I am a firm believer in technology, which is so accessible now and so helpful for students and makes learning so much easier. And to move on, then I believe in mastery-based learning, which means that you start at a basic level and you slowly are learning. So, for example, math, you learn how to add, then you learn how to subtract. And as you keep mastering each of these levels, you're just growing and growing and growing, and your level's going up, and you're mastering each level before you're moving on to something different. And that's by not grouping students by their age, but by their academic level and their achievements and where they are in their learning. Their pace should be based on what they are doing rather than as a whole. Because not all students learn the same or learn in the same time frame. So if we start using mastery-based learning like we do in through Khan Academy, then I think it would be more beneficial for students and that they're actually going to be learning this information rather than cramming it just because they have to. And I think when and how students learn something is so important. And it can be on their own time. It can be at school. The technology and internet there's so much access to tools for students to learn. And they need to want to learn all this information. And that starts by having the students learn how to learn and then learning to learn. And then rather than the basics, traditional education, use mastery-based learning so that students are at their own pace and they're actually understanding the information. And by the end, even if not all students go at the same time, and some students might have a short path and some students might have a long path, but that's okay because at the end, the goal is for the students to master all of the subjects in school. And through mastery-based learning, I think that's so much more possible. As I mentioned, I am a founder of Khan Academy, and I created Khan Academy because in 2003, I was actually tutoring my cousin who did not live in the state. I lived in Louisiana, and she was in Boston. Teaching Nadia mathematics using Yahoo's Doodle Notepad. She had such a big learning gap and she just had this mindset that she was not good at math. And so I helped her build each level so she became a master at it. And because of this, she was telling my family, so I started tutoring my cousins as well. And to make it more accessible, I just moved to tutoring through YouTube tutorials in 2006. And it just grew from there. I just kept making tutorials on how to do different things in math. And it helped not only my family, but students across the world and non-students, people who just wanted to learn this information. It could be parents or teachers. I then decided to quit my job in 2009 and start focusing on the YouTube channel. And then I decided to open Khan Academy, which receives sponsorship from Andover, and there's so many more sponsors who have helped my my nonprofit organization become what it is today. And then by 2020, I had 1.7 billion views on my YouTube channel. I'm just so grateful, and I think it's amazing what we do and how accessible this information and education is now. And it offers personalized learning for each student through my website. The goal is to accelerate learning for students of all ages. With this in mind, we want to share our content with whoever may find it useful. You can be a parent, a teacher, a student, anyone, and you have access just by logging onto the internet and looking. Because of Khan Academy, I was able to found Khan Lab School, which takes all my philosophy and is put into this school in California. And then I recently launched schoolhouse.world. It's partnered with Long Beach Unified School District, and it uses everything from Khan Academy into the school and integrates it, and it's personalized learning for students. Here is just a little view of what my website looks like, and because I'm just an advocate for technology education, I think it's so important. You can see that there's for the learners, teachers, districts, parents, and it works because of the personalized learning, and the content covers K to 12, and then early college, grammar, science, history, AP, stat, SAT information. And it also it's helpful for teachers because they can use it to identify gaps in their students' understanding. They can tailor their instruction and meet the needs of every student. So, in conclusion, I think you should vote for me because I'm a firm believer in technology and education and what just went on with the world and how everyone went from in classroom to online to back and forth. I think I would be able to help, and it'd be so beneficial for the school if I could instill some more of my knowledge and the use of Khan Academy and mastery learning, that students would just excel. So together we can do all of this because yes, we can.